Hey everyone, hope all of you have had a great week. Before I say anything else, for those of our church family, our extended family who live on the Atlantic coast, Florida, any place that's looking like it's going to be impacted by Hurricane Irma, I want you to know that our thoughts, our prayers are with you, and that as a church and even our leadership team, we're going to be really looking at how we respond in the coming weeks, months, just as God leads in this, it's appropriate. To be a part of the response to these incredible storms that have impacted the Gulf Coast and now Florida. In 2 Sundays, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, we're talking about this idea of prayer. What does it mean when we say, what do we mean when we say, we'll pray for you in a certain circumstance, but just for right now, know that we are. And so for all of our church family here in Colorado, it's hearing me say this, may we truly be praying for the safety, for the courage, for God to provide us. He promises everything we need for life each day because of His grace in our lives. So we're lifting you up, our friends. Having said that, guys, Sunday, here in 2 days from when I'm recording this, we're jumping into a big question that a lot of people ask when it comes to the idea of God's activity in our lives, right? We're believers, we live by faith. We talked about that last week. What does it mean that we live by faith? And one of the questions that we deal with a lot, and I've had this conversation with lots of people over the years, is what does it mean when we say that God has a plan for my life? Or rather, sometimes we might cry out, God, do you have a plan for my life? Because everything that I thought was my plan that you were leading me in has just fallen apart. And I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm going. And it seems like I have no plan and purpose. God, what is it? If you have a plan for my life, how do I know that? How do I see it? How do I understand it? Because again, this is one of those questions that shines light on how important it is for what we truly believe, right? Functionally believe to be true about God, our relationship with Him, His presence in our lives, to be actually rooted in the truth of Scripture. When it comes to this idea of God's will, God's plan for our lives, much of what is taught, much of what we may kind of hold on to, it's possible that has more to do with tradition or in my little article I have under the video here, what I call this kind of general Christian cultural conventional wisdom. There's a mouthful. Than it does what Scripture actually teaches. So we're going to be pushing in, again, plowing some deeper ground, but I really believe redemptive and freeing ground about how God has a plan for our life. Because the answer to the question is He absolutely does, but maybe not in the way that we would initially think. So guys, love you. Hope you have a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you Sunday. And again, for those of you who are on the coast in the path of the storm, man, our thoughts and prayers are with you, and we look forward to hearing from you and how you are. So guys, take care. Talk soon.